What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Hopefully welcome back. If you saw the last video, we were getting the track split on this thing. You know, I've got an idler that's stuck in the lower track frame. Need to get that thing out. These track frames are splitting open. I need to get these fixed. Previous owners of this machine had welded some plates and braces and more plates on, and it still, didn't fix the issue. So the project at hand today is going to be to get that idler out, start cutting all this crap off, so when I take it to the fab shop, they can start fresh and do whatever they've got to do to fix it, and whatever I get out of their way is saving me $100 an hour. Those guys are great down there. The owner of the shop says, do whatever you want to do. It's $100 an hour. So every hour that I save them is $100 that I saved me. I just recently gotten some, torch tanks. And it's funny, so I've got this old tank here. I don't know a whole lot about, different types of tanks and all, but I guess this is a commercial sized acetylene tank, and it has what's referred to, I guess, as a CGA 300 fitting on here. And they told me, that sounds like an outdated, obsolete tank. We can't fill that. We don't have an adapter to make it work. I don't know if this thing is full or if it's still partially full. I go on Amazon. I don't know the verbiage and the jargon for all this stuff. I find, figure out that it's a CGA 300, and I need to go from that to a CGA 510, and for $12 I get an adapter. And I had already bought this tank because, they weren't going to fill the tank that I had. And, $70 to fill that little guy. I'm sure there's probably $70 worth of acetylene left in this tank. So for $12, we get to use the remainder of that acetylene before we lay this poor sucker to sleep for eternity, because apparently, we can't recertify it. We can't fill it because it's an outdated, obsolete tank. Maybe that guy knows what he's talking about. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it is what it is, man. Can't go through everybody. Sometimes you gotta work around people and things, and that's what we're doing. So let's get the crack-a-lackin'. Well, this ain't looking too good. You can see how bent that is just at a basic glance on camera. And there's some gussets in here, and then it looks like this piece here is one piece that has been put together, and then it's grafted into that piece, and you can see down there that it's cracked. And it looks like whoever's done the repairs has welded this, that's got to be an inch or inch and a quarter thick plate to the outside of this here, and they've added this brace going into there. I would assume that what's going to happen is that this stuff all needs to be cut out, that needs to be cut off, this step needs to be cut off. I don't know how much you can really do with the inside of this, because the idler needs to ride in here. The inside needs to pretty much stay the same. You can't put anything on the top because the idler rides there, and you can't put anything in this area because that's where the lower portion rides. And I guess because it's been, spread out, it's kind of wore this area out on both sides. I don't know if they're going to build that up with weld or not. It's hard to say what they may or may not do. I knew this was messed up before I bought it. I knew it was going to need work before I bought it. You just don't know how much work it's going to be. So we will see. I don't know if this rod can come out, but they may need to have that out. So I'll have to take a look into that. But I do have one broken fastener here to get out if I can. If not, I don't really care, because I think 5 bolts is enough for that. But I do want to get this piece that they added on off. So I got the pieces that they had that they had welded on there, cut off and ground down. You can see that this side had a piece break off. You know, maybe the fab shop will say, hey, that's a great idea, we should do that, but I'm gonna have them be starting from a clean slate. You know, this one needs cut off over here, so looks like they've got a little piece welded on down here. I'll probably be cutting that off also and grinding it down. So that's kind of what you've been seeing in the time lapse there. It does seem that these rods will pull out, so I'm going to go ahead and take that tensioner out, set it on the workbench over there, and pull both of those rods out and pull this idler out and see how much time we got left for today. We got a late start today, and I'm looking to make some dinner. I think I'm going to make some spaghetti with meat sauce, and the meat sauce takes a little time, so might not be doing too much more tonight, but we will be back on it tomorrow. I realized I haven't been showing you guys my food lately. Got a real nice, get the light going good here. Got a real nice meat sauce here. Gonna be doing some spaghetti for dinner tonight with this meat sauce. I got the heat off, it's just resting, so it's not all beautiful and bubbly. But that's a good thick hearty meat sauce right there, boys. Gonna eat good tonight. Eating that doggy. There it is, a little something for me and the dog. What's up, doggy? You want some food? Got some food for the dog and I. Watching a little cleaner. Alright, it is the next day, Sunday morning. Here's those rods. You can see that is what the tensioner rides on. And this is the tensioner here. It's basically got a bunch of different seals and bushings, and it fills with grease and moves outward and tensions the tracks. So that's that. There's some of the grinding and messing around I did yesterday. Some more of that. Still got to do these bottom pieces here where they add stuff on, and the point behind that is to get it back to where these idlers are made from the factory so that when they go to fit these track frames to the idlers, it's the way it's supposed to be. So if I had to replace a part or whatever, it wouldn't be made to the idler. After it's been modified, it'd be made to the idler the way it was originally made. So that's what we got going on there. I still got to cut all this stuff off here. But I think I'm going to cap this video off here. I'm trying to keep them short and sweet. Bunch of metal mayhem in small doses. I appreciate you guys watching. If you are still watching this video and you are not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, you know, and it would help me out a whole bunch. Maybe like or comment. Nobody comments on these videos. It's like I don't know what to say. The solar people are super interactive. The people that watch this stuff, I don't know.